Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's great to see you guys again. Today in this video we are going to start with the object menu. So the first thing with object menu we have this transform. So before we are going to use this option we need an artwork here with our artboard. So I'm going to draw this rectangle shape. So the same transform tool which is available under object menu. So if you right click for selected object, so you can see the same transform here, which we have this transform again, move, rotate, reflect, scale, share, transform each, and reset bonding box. So with object menu, with transform first we have this transform again, which you can use Control D as well. So I'm going to hold Control D. So as you can see, it transform this rectangle shape. Let me Control C and do this. So with transform, if I click transform again, so the same shortcut I can use to transform this, and I can just click here to transform this shape. So the second thing with transform we have this move. So the shortcut for move with your keyboard is shift plus control plus M. So I'm going to click at this move. When you click at the move, so this window is going to open, which we have this horizontal, we have this vertical, we have distance. So I can use my arrow keys. I can use to move this object horizontally. I can use down arrow keys, so it's going to move my object to left. And also with a vertical I can use arrow keys as well. I can just move this to down. I can use my down arrow keys to move my object to up. And also here we have distance. I can use arrow keys, so it's going to move my shape horizontally and also vertically. We have this angle. I can use this angle, so my move is going to move while I'm going to use this angle. So I can set a value for this angle as well. So we have this preview, and I can make a copy out of this as well. So I'm going to click on this copy. So here we have another copy, which we use this tool to move it, and I can get a copy from the same object. So here we have this rotate. So this is really important and useful option that you can use with Illustrator under transform with object menu. So I'm going to click at the rotate. So with the rotate I can use my arrow keys to rotate my shape. I can use up arrow keys, I can use down arrow keys, or you can use this angle here to move this handle around. So you can move this up to 360. So we have here up to, let me show you here, we have this 360 degrees that we can rotate this object. So here I can just go minus 360 as well. So as you can see, we have this minus now. So we can just rotate this minus 360 degrees. So still with this panel, also we are going to get this copy button that I can click at that. So we have a copy of my object. So here we have this reflect. Before I want to apply this reflect, so I'm going to get my pen tool, and here I'm going to draw this line. I'm going to select this line with my object here and use this shape builder tool and select any color. I'm going to fill this. So here I'm going to reflect this. So I can just click on object, and here under transform we have this reflect. I'm going to click at that. So as you can see, the green color is now in this side and this blue is in this left side. So with reflect we have this horizontal and also vertical. So I'm going to click on vertical. So vertically I can, horizontally I can reflect, and also here we have this vertically which I can reflect my object. And also with reflect you are going to get this angle that you can move it around, just like rotate. So again we can rotate this up to 360 degrees, and also you can use this down arrow keys to move to minus degrees as well. So the same rotate we can do with this reflect as well. So with reflect, do not forget that here we have this vertical and also horizontal, that you can not only that vertically you can reflect, but horizontally also you can reflect. So with this reflect tool here also we're going to get this copy button, which I can just move this around. I can just vertically reflect this and I can just click on copy. So here we have another copy of my object. So we have this scale. Let me do not forget to tell you that here on the top we can see the transform, which we can use this X for my object to move it right, which I hold this up arrow keys. I can hold down arrow keys to move this to the left side, and also with Y I can use my arrow keys to move this to down. I can use down arrow keys to move this up, and also with width and height I can just put my cursor here, so I can increase the width and also I can increase the height. And also here we have this rotate and shear. So the two main options that is available with this transform is this scale corners and scale stroke and effect. So here under object menu with transform I'm going to click on scale. So here this button is going to open, and with the scale we have this uniform. So I can use this to scale this up. I can use down arrow keys to scale this down. I can use up arrow keys to scale up this. And also we have this non-uniform. So if you select that, so with non-uniform you're going to get this horizontal and vertical. So with non-uniform, as you can see, I can just scale this horizontally, and also I can use my arrow keys to vertically scale this with non-uniform. As you can see, from up and down, I can just use my down arrow keys and up arrow keys to scale this. So the same option which you can see with transform here, we have this scale corners and scale stroke and effect. So let me delete some objects from my artboard. And also this one. So I'm going to add this stroke, which is already the stroke was with this shape. So here now I'm going to just go to this transform as, and here we're going to click on scale. So we have this scale corners and scale stroke. First we're going to see this scale stroke. So if you uncheck this, and now if I want to scale this with uniform, so as you can see the strokes is not going to scale. But if you check this one and increase this uniform scale, so as you can see along with your shape, the scale of the stroke also going to scale up. So with scale corners, first you need to round your corners, then so we have to use this option so I can show you. I'm going to uncheck this. So as you can see here, when I'm going to increase scale this, so no corners is going to scale. But if you check this option, so along with your shape, when you're going to increase the, and you're going to scale this, so the stroke also going to increase the size. So I can here make click on this button, I can make a copy. So I'm going to click at that, so we have a copy of this shape. So with transform we have this shear, so I'm going to click here. So with this transform you can get the same shear and two more options, which we have this scale corners and scale stroke and effects, which were used here with this object. So here we have this shear as well. So I'm not going to use this shear, but you can use this minus, you can use this 30, 20 with this shear, but I'm not going to use this for all my object which I want to transform with shear, because here with this transform under object menu with this shear, you're going to open this panel which you can use to transform your shape by using this shear angle. And also here we have this axis, which we have this we can use it with horizontal and also with vertical. So with shear angle I can use to transform my shape, and also with axis horizontal and also vertical I can use to transform my shape. So here we have this angle, I can use this 360. So with this panel here I can get this angle as well. So the same button with this share also available, which I can click on copy. So here we have the copy of my object. So here we have this transform each. So you can use the shortcut, which is Alt plus Shift plus Control plus D. So I'm going to click at this transform each. So with transform each, we have this scale, we have move, and also we have more options that here available. So the same transform each is available if you just click on effect menu. So under distort and transform, we have this transform. So here, as you can see, the only thing that is added to this transform effect is this copies, but the scale, the move, and the options available here with this transform as well. So I can use to scale this object horizontally, and also I can vertically, and also I can move this horizontally to left, to right, and also vertically up and bottom. And also here we have this rotate. I can use this angle, so I can move this 360 degrees. So we have options here with this object which I can use. So we have this transform object, which when you're going to check, so it's not going to transform your object now, but if you check that, you can see the transform with this object. And also here we have this transform pattern, and these two options is the same options that we can use for the selected object. I can just scale the stroke and effect, and also scale corners. I can use that. And also we have this reflect X and reflect Y, which I can use for this object. So when you click reflect X, so the same reflect that we can use with this, but you can see, you can't actually notice the here the reflection because we have only single blue shape. But if you want to divide these this artwork into two different shapes with different colors, so you can notice the reflect here. So we're going to use this transform pattern. So we have no patterns here. First we're going to make a pattern to create that. So I'm going to use this shape, and I'm going to add this right here under color swatches. So now I'm going to select my rectangle shape and click right here. So we have pattern over my shape. So I need to click on transform each. So we have this transform patterns. If you uncheck this and I want to move this horizontally, as you can see, the patterns is not going to move along with my selected object. So I need to check this option. So now if I move this horizontally along with my shape, the patterns also move to left, and also it moved to the right. So we have this random, so you can select this random as well. So if you uncheck this, as you can see, we have this random option. I can use this something like this. I can use this random again. So the same thing with reflect. As you can see, we have this reflect X, reflect. So we have this pattern inside this. So now you can see when you check this reflect X, I can see there is this reflection, and also reflect Y, I can use this right here with the selected object. And we have this before I want to click on copy, so here we have this point that I can use to move my shape. So it's going to be like a center point for your object, just like here we have. I think this is going to be the same center point. It's not going to be like this center point, but it's the same center point that I can use. So I can just use this to move this right here at this corner here, and also here, and also I can select this, center this. So better to select this center point. You don't have to change this, but maybe if you need this to be changed here with transform, so you can. So here we have this copy, so I can click at that, so I can make a copy out of this as well. So the last option here, we have this bounding box. This is also one of the important options that we can use to reset the bounding box. So what is bounding box? So this is called this bounding box. So we have this bounding box around my shape. So if I want to reset this, so for this one I'm going to right click, transform, we have this reset bounding box, and also under object menu with transform we have this reset bounding box. So I'm going to click at that. When you click at the reset bounding box, so you can see we have this box around my shape and it is resetted. So this is how you are going to use all the options with this transform under object menu. So hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and learned to use all the options with transform under object menu. And if you have any question or doubt, please let me know in the comment box of this video. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe to the channel. So see you guys in the next video.